The USA rework mod. We're back. So this mod is made by the same person who did the UK rework mod that we played twice quite recently, and I did promise I would go back to this because there are so many absolutely, let's just say, you need your normal pills for paths in this that I need to give a go at. Just like you guys need to go and hit the like and subscribe button down below, because you never know, at 1 million subscribers, we'll go ahead and we'll finally play a different game on the channel. We'll go ahead and artillery only. We'll go ahead, face reveal. You know what, actually, scratch all of that. We'll go ahead, we'll take my face off, put Bo's face on mine, and create Cohen. Never actually checked the path guides for this. I'm not too sure if there's anything weird or, you know, out of place that I should be looking for. Potentially a secret path somewhere. Oh, you Fred Trump? You know, I think I've seen enough of Trump in general recently that we won't be doing that. But a path that people have been telling me to play or go back to, especially when I put that video out, was the MacArthur path, which is somewhere in here, I reckon. So I do believe this is what we did last time, Godland and King, which we did the British monarch. I think that was how that went. But there you go, the MacArthur regime. We're going to be doing that today. Now, to get MacArthur in charge, we do actually need to go ahead and get ourselves a gridlock in our election that is upcoming. But thankfully, that's pretty easy, because American elections, if you don't know, you just have to tick a red box or a blue box. So to get the gridlock, which we need to get MacArthur in charge, we need to ramp up third-party populist propaganda enough time so support is up over 35, 100 for the third parties. Tip, complete affirm the New Deal for extra political power. That's a handy tip. Then when the election comes, you get the option to gridlock, to get this award, get the gridlock, and then decline MacArthur's proposal. I don't think we want to do that, because obviously I don't want to fight any civil wars. And two, if MacArthur's got a proposal, I'm going to listen. What's that about the Chinese border, MacArthur? you've got a few in. Wait, what are you building over there? Oh, there you go. That was a interesting tip right there. Got myself the extra political power from Affirm the New Deal. Thank you very much. Reminds me of some interesting tidbits I used to know about this game. Sadly, interesting tidbits if ISP has been outsourced to Netflix, where we now put it in the form of shorts. Now, the reason I'm playing this is obviously upcoming with the newest DLC, which I'm assuming we're still going to be getting this year, probably towards, you know, the end of the year, if we are lucky. If not, I guess New Year. But Japan will be getting a rework. And in that rework, that means they get themselves probably a pretty good tree, which I've only actually realized if they, you know, if you pick your path as Japan here, this tree looks even smaller, because obviously you've picked one of the paths, and you know, I assume it's just very cold in there, Hirohito. Just a light breeze potentially. It could get better. But with that US, you know, Japan theater over here in the Pacific, I do think that the US could potentially be in the need for a little bit of a rework too at some point. I don't imagine it's going to be anytime soon, but I do think it will be on the chopping block at some point. Well, I guess it doesn't matter who the Republican nominee is or the Democratic one, because we won't be going with either of them. But obviously, we're going to go with our boy, Alf. And the gridlock has been achieved, which means I think I now just wait for MacArthur to put down a deal that obviously we can't say no to. MacArthur offers a plan. It is our only choice. And there you go. MacArthur is now leading the country democratically. Wink. Oh, there you go. He's got the American Caesar trait already. Not bad, actually. I might do core territory, sure. I don't imagine we're ever going to, you know, fight on core territory, but that bottom one, the dictator one, 25% political power gain, and yeah, I can see that being pretty useful. So I won't be doing the Silver Shirts collaboration, because that's just the vanilla path at this point. I'm going to go ahead and do right-wing collaboration and keep with MacArthur. Oh, just realized we're silver on the map now. I completely forgot this mod as well. Influence of the Coca-Cola company and the influence of the Walt Disney company. Now, first things first, we're going to stabilize this country. The rioting, some people are upset, okay? And maybe they have a right to be upset, but that does not mean I'm going to accept it. After stabilizing the country, we're now going to fix the economy, and as soon as we do that, we can then go ahead and carry on down with side with MacArthur and go to solidify the military government. We could bring in Eisenhower if we really wanted to, but I'm not going to. Now, also, because we are playing MacArthur, I'm going to be rushing something today. And I think you could probably tell what that might be. You know what? You've all been really good. I'm going to give you a government again. Wink. You get yourself a government. Wink. Now, if we ever get fed up at MacArthur, we can restart the civilian government. If people are really good and let them have their little elections and whatnot. But we'll hold off just a little bit. I mean, come on, guys. We've just got so much to do. In fact, what I should probably look at now is our foreign policy. Although I do really like this focus down here that just gives us war goals and everyone with oil. Does that give us one on Venezuela, actually? Because that could be, hold on a second. That could most certainly end up being quite useful. Oh, no goal on Venezuela. Set up all these arrows for nothing. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother going all the way over to the Middle East either to go deal with that. That seems, you know, a bit down the line for us. Oh, I just realized, actually, because I'm non-aligned, technically, I can just demand the liberation of everyone that is not my ideology in the Americas. And I'm going to do that. Right, let's throw Denmark first. I don't actually know what goes into us asking for this land, but they said no. Maybe I need to have a more powerful army. No, never mind. Thank you, Netherlands. Oh, and thank you, Mr. France. Look at that. Just get myself a free bit of land for 50 political power. So we're going to go straight into an alliance with the British. I can't do my own alliance because you do actually need to go ahead and do America first, which we haven't done. I mean, I could do it. Do I want to be in the Allies, actually? It's one more focus, but you know what? Sure, we'll do our own thing today. It's just a little bit annoying because we do know we're probably going to end up having to fight the Germans because the Japanese are still going to declare on us at some point. And that does kind of put us in a position. I mean, we could just end up ignoring Germany and maybe even going against the British. You know, let's keep our options open here, but we definitely will have to fight the Japanese. Oh, Germans actually just straight up capitulated the Danish there. They didn't take them as their puppets, so I'm going to demand land off them. They said no. I thought they might actually give that up. I don't like this, but I'll deal with it later because I got other problems. It's actually not a problem. I'm the problem here, actually. I'm going to invade Mexico. Why are we doing this? Well, nobody's really too certain, but the American Caesar definitely has himself a little bit of a plan. I mean, that already looks pretty good, right? I mean, I'm not too sure our new color on the map is really giving people high hopes in terms of us being the good guy, though. I don't think we can get the rest of Canada, but they did accept the corridor, which I guess makes it a little bit easier for us later. Wait, actually, hold on. Controls foreign policy. So we can actually get them to become our puppet, I think, which could work. And that would be very handy, but we'll see. Oh, boy. British ain't looking too good, huh? But yeah, we'll see if we can get Canada easy here, if they actually do go ahead and just hand it over to us. If not, I think we'll have to do this the hard way. I should also probably watch out for the Japanese. I think we're about that time. I mean, do I have high hopes the Canadians will just hand over their sovereignty to me? I'm not too sure, I'll be real. They did hand over the corridor, but this might be a little bit too far. But I guess considering their current overlord isn't exactly looking too hot over there, maybe they'll be more willing. Oh no, I don't think we got them. In fact, we got Cuba, Panama, Nicaragua, not Honduras, not Guatemala. We got El Salvador, we got Costa We got Canada! Okay, that's all I cared about. A few of those didn't say yes. I do get goals on them. I could go take care of that very quickly if I wanted to. But do I care? I don't think I care, because I just want to do the North American supremacy, which I can't do. And then I'm going to have to very quickly go run out east, because I don't have a single troop over there. Oh, you know, that's a pretty cool flag as well. And we are now the Great American Empire. I mean, we don't have an emperor, do we? Are you an emperor now? Now, I can't demand more land, which I am going to do. First off, we're going to ask the UK, I'm assuming for their North American land. Hopefully they say yes. Otherwise, you know, they're going to make a pretty big enemy out of me. I'm fairly sure after we have done this, yeah, we get everything as a core as well. So we have, even though, you know, we don't really need more power gaming for the US, we are power gaming. I was most certainly very wrong about that. I just got Gibraltar, Hong Kong, British Malaya. Not Newfoundland, though. I mean, I'm most certainly not complaining about that, but a bit out of left field. Oh, did they? I guess they didn't hand that over to Japan yet, but they did hand it over to me. Dutch, on the other hand, though, they did not want to give me their land, which is fine. I'll take the war goal on that. And Siam, I'll take the war goal on that. I mean, I literally have my army right there, so Why not, right? Wait a second, they're in a faction? When did the coalition? They made a faction with Haiti and Guatemala. Let's put this grand coalition to a test. You know, this might come back to bite me, but I'm just going to leave the Dominican Republic. Sorry, did I say it was Haiti earlier? It's the Dominican Republic. I'm just going to leave them alive and just so the coalition stays as a faction, just to see if that, you know, probably comes back to bite me later. You go, the Grand Coalition in exile in the Dominican Republic. Okay, still no movement on the Japanese. The Germans just went into the Soviets as well, and I think, yeah, the UK are pulling it back a bit in Africa, so I think I might make a few more plays because I've got quite a bit of things more, where is it, over here to do with my focus tree. It is funny that the global hegemony just gives us, I'm assuming, goals on every starting major power as well, and I think it's lining up that we're gonna have to go fight the UK. Oh, I can also set up military governments in states. What does that really mean? Oh, I think this is like when I did the UK rework one with the Commonwealths. That must be it. Oh, and I guess there's the Japanese finally. They've woken up. So I've set up my military governments as well. It is just, I'm assuming, yeah, there you go. It's the same as the Commonwealth stuff if you saw me play that video. But yeah, but they do all match my color now on the map, which is kind of cool. And I do actually really like this color. It's a real nice dark blue. Yeah, just absolutely trashing the Japanese Navy currently, and as soon as that's out the way, I guess we'll just start landing and then turn our attention back to our #1 target. Why did I just get to invent the Suez Canal just got blown? Why did you do that? I don't think there was any need for that. Why did you do that? Now, Operation Sea of Cobalt is currently underway as well. We're actually 470 days away, so we get a few good events. We should have our first nukes coming out in just, I'd say, a little over a year. And the British just keep handing me more and more land. I've got the Americans now in charge of Australia and New Zealand, which, wait, I'm assuming I can now put military governments in charge of them as well if I find the right decision. There we go. Say hello to your brand new government, boys. It's the American military government. Did you see a massive stack of Japanese submarines? Yeah, they got like 64. So I have started producing a few little naval bombers just to take care of that because I don't really want to deal with essentially what I'm unleashing on the Japanese right now. I do in fact not like the taste of my own medicine. Demanded South America's subjugation as well. Paraguay said no. Venezuela said no. Uruguay said no. Peru said no. Ecuador said no. Did anybody say yes? Not a single person said yes. So I guess we'll leave. Wait a second. Did they just join the coalition? What? Okay, well, you know, I guess if I ever want to go ahead and take them really easy, now I know how. The chief has landed. I hope you're ready for one hell of a photo opportunity, Hirohito. As Japan dealt with, and in fact, I reckon I can also get a military government in charge of them too. Now comes the real interesting question. We actually look at our map here and how much we own. Obviously, we got a whole bunch of the Pacific, but the Allies are still all over the damn place, and the coalition too, I guess. Oh, just got ourselves the Manhattan Project complete, and we're gonna get straight to work on Ivy Mike as well, and we'll get to work on also getting a few little missiles to put them on. Now, Germans are still making quite a hefty progress there, and I need to figure out how I'm gonna go about doing what I want to do, which might actually be a bit more complicated here, because if I do beat the UK, that means I'm also gonna have to deal with the Italians and the Germans in a peace conference. So I think what we might do instead is declare on both of these factions at the same time. Right, if you all can't behave, none of you get ice cream today. Well, first off, we need to take down the UK, which isn't too much of a problem. We only have one land border up here with them and one land border down here with them. And I also have like 500 submarines to intercept anything else. Wait, actually, sorry, I forgot about South America, but I also don't really care that much. Maybe at some point we'll deal with that, but I'm gonna be real, yeah, I ain't never looking back down here again. I love the idea, like Churchill just sitting down his little desk being like, we got good news, sir. The Americans, they're finally gonna declare on the Germans. But don't get too excited, because there's also another thing.
They bloody did what?
Alright, we're making our way over to Europe now. We've taken over Greenland and the rest of Canada, and then we're going to get into the UK, and then I don't actually think there's going to be too much left of Germany at that point, or they could make a giant comeback if we do just knock the Allies out here. You never know. Oh, there's the radioactive Sea of Cobalt. I'd do something a little bit unorthodox on my invasion of the UK here. Decided, since I couldn't quite get range over here with my navy, that I'd just land up here in the mountains, hope we can hold longer for long enough that I can build a port. And I think we should be okay to do it. Oh, there you go. The ports are in. These guys are getting supplied. I'm just going to whack my entire army in, I think. We should be able to get enough if I just keep building ports. Obviously, pushing over here through Scotland, it's going to be a little bit difficult. We don't have the best front line there, but that's why we do have the best leader, our president. Dictator, actually, I don't think he was ever even took the title of president. Our great leader, the American Caesar himself, MacArthur. Because not only is he leading our nation, he's not only just serving in our nation's armed forces, he's on the front lines of probably one of the most risky maneuvers we could possibly do in this entire conflict. And there he is. We're going to surprise the British here with a little naval invasion in their behind. And we're pretty damn well. We just cut their entire supply off up there. That was definitely the majority of the British Armed Forces actually in the UK right now, because there is nothing on this front line. Oh, I must have missed Turkey joining the Allies, though. That is going to make things a little bit difficult. Well, I guess technically I do have a walkable path over to get to Turkey. I just need to make that path by going through Germany. You know, after, invading the UK, may as well hit that global hegemon. So I don't quite have my missiles yet, but I do have a few bombers, and I'm really looking to get a little use out of these thermonuclears I've invented. I mean, we've got a high chance right now, and it would make our invasion of Normandy a lot easier. All Germans clocked onto my plan. They've put their air force up over there. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy all of mine as well. Oh, just went ahead and looked to the eastern front there. Who's winning and losing here? I'm not too sure. I think 77% chance is probably the highest chance we're gonna get here. I'm gonna launch the thermonuclear across. It worked. I don't think it was necessary, though, looking at what they actually had on the garrison here. You know what? Since I did go ahead and actually declare myself the global hegemon, might as well just fight every single person in the world. We looked away a second, so I was building another army because I'm making a lot of enemies out here, and I've already just walked over the axis completely, not even intentionally. Ooh, I think I know exactly where to point a few of these at. Doesn't even matter that I just got the German capitulation there, but obviously Soviets got more war score, so they capitulated to them because I'm fighting the Soviets anyway. This Axis peace conference is going to be a little messy, especially because I'm currently fighting two of the people here, but I think it doesn't count that, and that the occupation will still be under me, so I don't think I even realistically need to even take anything here. Oh no, I guess it definitely mattered in some regard. I did get all the occupation of France and like the Benelux, which is weird, but the whatever they did to Germany just re-popped out. So what are the range on these missiles? They're just the medium range ones you get from doing nuclear warheads, and I reckon they'll be just fine. I should make my life a little easier here. How about you guys? Do anyone else's lungs suddenly feel a little spicy? My eyeballs a little staticky. Took me a hot minute, but we finally made it to Turkey, which was the original plan. Everything else was a bit of a side quest. Oh, I thought that was the Allies, but no, that was the Soviets capitulating. Look at all this land I can now take. And with no other major power on the Allies right now other than Turkey, that means if they capitulate, it's over. Yeah, it's definitely over. And that is how you become the real American hegemon. I mean, sure, a lot of the places we may have taken over are gonna have to, be isolated for a couple centuries, but it was worth it. But that was very fun. I also, like I've already said, but I do really like this American color, and the flags, sure, it's pretty larpy, but it is pretty cool, and the focus group was pretty damn fun, I gotta say, although I did obviously add more fun to it by just declaring on everyone and just fighting the entire world, which was good, because I'm definitely super overpowered. I had like thermonuclears and like 44 or 43 or whatever, something ridiculous, so Yeah. But if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe down below, and also check out the mod if you want to have yourself a bit more fun with the US in Hoi 4. Maybe try something different. There are a lot of paths in this mod, and obviously I've done the monarchy one and now the MacArthur one, and I think the communist one's also pretty big. Yeah, there is just a lot of stuff. There's also just a lot of sub stuff as well. So like if I did the kingdom again, which I did one point, you could then kind of like we did with the Commonwealth stuff, you could then break free from the monarchy and go down here, rise the Sons of Liberty and stuff like that. There's a lot in here. A lot of it is buried and tucked away. A lot of secret paths as well. I don't know if anyone really wants to play Fred Trump, but you could. So yeah, feel free. Check it out down below. And once again, great mod developer. And I will come back and check out whatever you have next. Japan, please.